I am Dwarika Mandal. I have more than 11 years of experience in developing and designing highly scalable and stable software products. Nowadays, there is a demand of FSC engineers, or some non, it says FSC developer as well. Lot of people are aspiring to become a full stack developer or full stack engineer. With that in mind, I'm going to create a series of video tutorial. By following this series of video, you will be able to become a successful full stack engineer. What do we need to learn to become a successful full stack engineer? So we need basically 4 areas. The first, front-end development. So in front-end technology, I am going to create a series of video to learn React, by which we will be implementing a real-time application. Second thing, we need a backend. We are going to learn dotnet and C# as a language for backend technology. Next, we need database. So for database, we are going to learn SQL Server, or maybe we will go through MongoDB. Next, we need cloud to deploy our application. We are going to learn Azure for that. To start with that, I have started with React, which is a front-end technology to learn to become a FSC developer. Today I am going to tell what all we are going to learn in the React course. So I am going to create a complete series of video where if you don't know anything about React, you are going to learn React from zero and you can become a hero of the React. In React Basic, we are going to cover why React is so popular, what is React, why a lot of big companies are using React. We are going to learn how to create your first React application, how you communicate between different components using props. We'll go by conditional rendering. We'll go through significance of key property while looping through elements. Next, we'll go by React Router. React Router is a very important part of React application by which we can navigate different part of the application. Next, we are going to learn Redux. Redux is a centralized store by which we are going to maintain the state of our application in the Redux. Then we will introduce API, how we can consume API from the server. We are going to use the backend application, .NET application for API. Next, we will introduce a style component, which is a standard way of maintaining styles of the component, CSS style of the component. It's an industry-wise standard, so we're going to cover the style component in this course. Next, we'll introduce Redux middleware so that any asynchronous operation can be performed while dispatching action. Next, we are going to cover error boundary. Error boundary is a concept where we can define the error boundary of the React application. Next, we are going to cover a context API. Sometimes it needs to communicate between the components which are very high in the parent-child hierarchy. To avoid props reading, we are going to introduce the context API. Next, we're going to use hooks. So traditionally, before 16.8, we are used to use two types of component: class component and functional based component. So earlier days we are calling these class component as like stateful component and functional component are stateless component. But with the help of hook in 16.8 version, later versions, we can achieve almost everything what we can achieve using class component with the help of hooks. Next, we'll write some test cases to automate our testing of the UI application. And finally, we'll go to the performance. You must be thinking a lot of courses are available in the market and everyone teaching this. But my idea is to teach and train you like you are going to work in a real-time project, and you are going to be a successful FSC developer. Our learning style will be different. We'll introduce the agile methodology, some part of that. So we are going to create a user story by extracting information from the requirements. So we'll understand the requirement of the project and then create a user story by extracting information from them. Next, we'll convert a user story information to a technical document or diagram. So what is design document? Design document is a document where we discuss or think about following things. What are the components we need to create? Is there a possibility of creating reusable component? So we need to think by reading the user story points, is there any reusable component we can create that can be used later on in our application in other module as well. Next, how data will be flow between these components. So our learning methodology will be completely different. We are going to learn how basically we are working in a real-time project. We are going to teach you how sprinting works, how the deadline and changes we adapt in agile methodology, and how can we create our application scalable so that any changes can come and then we can adapt that change and implement that successfully. With that in mind, this is just an introduction of the course. You are going to get a lot of information on this course. Don't forget to share with your friends so that they can get the information they need to become a successful full stack developer. Thank you for watching.